Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Sudden Wealth. I hope you had a very nice weekend and you've recharged some batteries for the upcoming week. If you do enjoy the content, please consider dropping that like and subscribe. It greatly helps the channel, so thank you very much for your support. Now, today I would like to address something a bit more, let's call it a bit more serious and a bit more abstract. So not so much short-term price actions and short-term developments, and more of a overall subject. So in case you haven't seen it, Bitcoin's Lightning Network, which is like the layer 2 for Bitcoin, and the purpose of it was to make payments easier using Bitcoin, etc. But if you guys don't even know what it is, I don't fault you, because for you to have an idea, Ethereum runs as an average volume per day of more than 1,000-fold bigger than the Lightning Network. And what's happening is a huge security risk, because apparently there was a developer who left a big backdoor into basically where the attacker could take control of certain parts of the network, which is really, really, really bad. And I mean, it doesn't affect, I would say, Bitcoin as for what it is, which is the version of digital gold store of value. But there were some of you who asked me why I preferred Ethereum to Bitcoin. Well, number one, Ethereum does thousands of more volume, as much more users, and in my opinion, as a better mechanism with the proof of stake versus the proof of work. And to be honest, the Lightning Network, I mean, it's really not even that used. And I don't really understand this fixation with payment systems, because I've mentioned this already before. If you combine all the payment networks, MasterCard, Visa, PayPal, all of this, you get to about $1 trillion market cap. But gold, which is like a store of value, has a market cap of 11 trillion. So give me 1 second, guys. Sorry for that. So, in my opinion, store of value is clearly more valuable than payment networks. So, this is why I was not that excited also with XRP and XLM and other currencies of this nature, because to me, what they're servicing is less relevant than the proposition of the original Bitcoin, if you will. And in fact, payment networks seems to have been a narrative of the past. So in 2016-17, XRP went up 500-fold. Last cycle was a disaster, of course, influenced by the SEC. But this time, XRP is a third cycle coin. And in case you guys don't know, third cycle, I'll make this an exercise. Just go check what happens to third cycle coins across the board, and you'll see exactly what I mean in terms of returns. But you see, there were also issues with the original Bitcoin. 2010, basically someone minted billions of Bitcoin, and they actually had to roll back the chain. 2018, also a new update on Bitcoin led to an exploit where you could mint as many free Bitcoin as you wanted. Fortunately, that was disclosed by a Bitcoin Cash developer, and that was fixed. But you see, the code of Bitcoin is actually quite crappy. You know, it's not modular, meaning you don't have proper division within the code. So the consensus touches the network, it touches the wallet. So basically, you're trying to tweak something over here to make it go faster, and you mess up the consensus rules very easily. That's why you need about 9 to 12 months of onboarding of a new developer before they can start writing any proper code. That's the reason for it. And I'm not trashing Bitcoin, it's just the first one. And it played a major role. The reason why I speak so much about Bitcoin is because it still guides the market. So I want Bitcoin to go up. Like, don't get me wrong, I want it to go up. But I'm not delusional about the coin. And I always, to Bitcoin maximalists, I always drop them this challenge. Name me 3 industries industries or a specific type of product or service where the first company, the first product was the winner product forever or the winner company forever. It doesn't exist. With banks, with whatever you want to come up with, there has been, before you get to the winners, it's never the number one. Cars, computers, you name it, the first one does not win. Now, there may be one single industry where this happened, but I doubt that there are three. And that's one of the reasons why nobody can ever answer to me. But yes, but this is a big issue on the Lightning Network. Fortunately, nobody uses it. So in that sense, the risk is kind of mitigated. Now, going to real DeFi and fake DeFi, because I've referred to X, PulseChain, PulseX as real DeFi and other projects as fake DeFi, but I never said why. So Uniswap is trying to introduce KYC, know your customer stuff, where they collect data. And they share that data with, well, you guess with whom they do share it. They block projects while allowing other projects to be on the front end that are proven scams, rug pulls, or outright schemes where you can buy the coin but you can never sell it. Fake DeFi. You go to Arbitrum ecosystem, you are filled, including Arbitrum, you're filled with venture capital firms that buy these pre-sales on every project way down here. And the first pre-sale for the public audience like me and you start over here. So by the time that the whole thing does a 5x, these guys already up their money 100x. So you become exit liquidity to them. So they keep on selling while you, and dumping the price while you hold the bags. That's fake DeFi. When you have influencers who are promoting coins or projects and they get paid on the sidelines, they get referrals or they get private allocations before anybody else, that is fake DeFi. Fake DeFi, KYC, fake DeFi, venture capitalists and influencers getting in super early private allocations, and basically their goal is to bring as many people like you and me as they can so they can use you as exit liquidity. That's it. That's all they do. What else? Oh yeah, the team is locked and won't sell anything for 3 years, for example. Like this happens all the time. But then in the middle of it, they introduce a multi-sig in the code where basically that option is now revoked and the team is actually dumping on you when they said they would never dump for at least for the next 36 months. Fake DeFi. Admin keys. Fake DeFi. X as an audited code, it's finished, is locked, and it's unchangeable. Richard can change his mind tomorrow. He cannot change the rules of X. Very simple. If he dies, X works as it always worked before, with him here or with him not here. Real DeFi. No private allocations to influencers. No private allocations to VCs. No KYC. Real DeFi. No referrals. No buy my course, bro. Real DeFi. So unfortunately, the majority of systems out there are fake DeFi in my opinion. So that's why I speak about very few projects. There's a reason for it. Because those are the ones that it took me weeks, months of research before I came out with that conclusion. So when I say certain things about certain projects, I do it because I actually spent the time looking at it. Now, what people confuse is this. Oh, but Richard or a wallet owns a lot of coins. That's true. When did Bitcoin had its highest gains? When Satoshi owned all the coins. Oh, that's interesting. When did Facebook or Tesla went up the most? When Zuckerberg or Elon Musk owned all the shares. or the great majority of the shares. Centralized, you need to understand this. In almost every project out there are exceptions, but very few. You have a couple of people who can dump the price to near close zero if they want. Even on Bitcoin, which is the most decentralized in terms of ownership, very important, not in terms of operations, because you have about 4 or 5 mining pools. 4 of them are now controlled by BlackRock, and you have 2 or 3 mining hardware companies. So on that front, it's centralized as hell. But on the ownership, is less centralized. However, 2,000 wallets own 40% plus of all the Bitcoin. That means that you just need a couple of hundred of those, and you can drop the price near close zero. You know what happens? Most people think, why should I destroy my own bags? I have an idea. I won't. That's it. That's how it happens. But you see, people like to drop these, what if BlackRock sells all their shares? Yeah, sure, they'll crash the market and they will lose all their money as well. So people tend to not burn their own bags. But this is why I say, in theory, every crypto can go to zero. And all cryptos can go to zero, and a lot of things can go to zero as well. You see, I'm one of the few honest people here that actually says this. Like all the others say, oh no, that's never going to happen because of A, B, C. No, you're hoping that it never happens, but it can happen. So it's also important to be honest about the risks. But I hope that now it's more clear the difference between what is real DeFi and what is fake DeFi. And I do believe, as institutional money comes into the market, that they will smarten up very quickly to what is real, what is fake, and I hope that some of the very nice projects are going to be selected. As I mentioned, I also like Cardano. I also like Chainlink. I have some issues with them, but overall, I think they're actually quite useful. But in any case, be aware that 99.9% of cryptos out there are complete garbage. So thank you very much for your attention, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.